this is Cats Diamond Painting. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you've joined me here before. And I am very excited today to be here with a sneak peek slash first look, because this kit has actually already been released from Diamond Art Club. So thank you very much to DAC for sending this over to me. This is the very pretty Dolphin Guardian by Steve Sundram. This one came out a couple of weeks back, and I just checked before hopping on here, and it is currently in stock and ready to ship. So if you like what you see as I go through this, as of the time of filming at least, you can still grab this. This is 97.8 centimeters by 69.9 centimeters. And as is often the case, if a kit needs to be big and beastie, it is almost certainly going to be in square drills as well. And then on the side of the box, you can see this one has got 63 colours, which includes 4 ABs and 3 fairy dust diamonds. So a good proportion of these drills are special drills. We'll see kind of how big those bags are as we go into it. And it's got a little over 110,000 diamonds. So yeah, definitely in the big and beastie category here. Anyway, let's get stuck in and see what this is like. It is absolutely roasting where I am today, so I'm kind of watching this scene and thinking how amazing it looks to be in the sea. Maybe not quite as deep as the fish are going, but hey. Right. Inside this box, you have got everything in this tray, so you've got many layers of protection. If you're diamond painting, you know, as can happen, takes a bit of a battering on the way with couriers, but they're always very well packed anyway. So inside we've got the diamond painting and drills, we've got a toolkit, and we've got this little pouch here. And as ever, I'm going to take you through all of these bits, but first of all, we're going to look at the toolkit. So this is Diamond Art Club's standard toolkit, which you're going to get in pretty much every kit. The only variations are very small kits, which may come with a smaller tray. And inside you have several goodies, which I'm going to talk you through now, just in case you have not come across these before. Or maybe this is your first DAC purchase, which would be very exciting. So first of all, you just get a roll of baggies. Pretty standard, but always useful to have. And then you have this pen, which DAC calls their Twist and Pick applicator pen, and I'll show you why in a moment. But first of all, I'm just going to point out it has a really nice ergonomic feel to it. You know, a bit like sort of fancy resin pens that you may buy from small shops that have a slightly chunkier feel to them. Well, not chunky. Chunky is the wrong word. It isn't chunky, but it has a nice, comfortable handhold bit. On this end, you have got a 4-placer. That one's got a little bit of extra plastic that you may see there. That does happen sometimes with these placers. If you have something like a nail file, you'll find you can gently file that off, and then it won't be getting in your way when you're diamond painting. This has got a standard push-in end, this end of the pen, so you can switch this for another placer if you prefer. But then on this end, if you take the lid off, this is the Twist and Pick applicator end. So this is what your single placer looks like. You'll see that there is a substance in here behind the nib. This is wax, and what we're going to do is quite simply twist until the wax comes out. That one was right there. Sometimes you have to twist a bit more. Pinch off any excess, and now you are ready to go to pick up your drills. See? Twist and pick. You can also refill this. So if you get through all of that, which is going to take you a while anyway, you can untwist the cartridge the other way, and then you can refill it with a wax or putty or whatever you prefer to use. Here is another plate of that wax, just in case you do run out, and so you've got it for your multi-placers, so you've got plenty provided. And then here is the tray. So it's branded on the side there. These are stackable, so if you have a few of them, you will find they sit neatly on top of each other. The lid slides off like so, and then the stopper will come out once the lid is off. Inside you have got a 7-placer in case you prefer that for your pen. And you've also got some of Diamond Art Club's original pink wax formula in case you prefer that. And then here you'll see you've got a really nice amount of space for your drills. This is about as big a tray as I ever tend to use anyway, so I really appreciate these. It's got nice fairly deep sides, so you're not going to lose as many drills when you're shaking them around to line up. This is a really good tray. So yeah, that is your toolkit. Next up, we have got this pouch. It says thank you for your purchase, and you've got little labels, icons rather, for all the places Diamond Art Club has got social media there. This side also just says thank you for your purchase. And if you pull those flaps together, you can get in and, ooh, I got a silver trading card, but I'll explain that more in a moment. And also what this bit is, let me just show you first of all that there is all sorts of useful information on the inside of this pouch. So you've got tips and tricks for your project. You've got how to use and refill the pen that I just showed you. You've got step-by-step instructions for diamond painting. Everyone's got to start somewhere. Maybe this is your first project. And you've got kit contents down there. And then on these outer flaps, you've got a couple of QR codes. This one is going to take you to Diamond Art Club's VIP Facebook group. You must have made a purchase from Diamond Art Club directly before in order to be eligible to join. And they do also vet people to check that that's the case. So if your Facebook name doesn't match the name on your account, for instance, you may need to reach out to customer service. And then over here, we have got one of many, 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 many discount codes that are available to use with Diamond Art Club, because they are one of those shops where the list price that you see on the website, you really never need to pay that, or very rarely. This one is a one-time use code for the first time that you use Diamond Art Club's app, because they do have an app as an alternative to their website if you like to use that. There are also all sorts of first-time user codes if you haven't yet purchased from them, including but not limited to my affiliate codes, which are in the description box below. There's CAT20 for 20% off your first ever purchase, and CAT10 for $10 off, or the equivalent in your local currency. Don't feel like you need to use those, but yeah, there are first-time user codes that will give you great discounts. But even once you've used all those special one-time user codes, or maybe it's not a special event because, you know, they also give us excellent discount codes for things like Black Friday and that kind of thing, there are still codes that you can use to save a little money on your purchase. Join this Facebook group to find out more. Next up, here are the sticky labels. So you'll see that these are individually cut, so you can take all these off one by one and use them to decorate your logbook if you keep one like I now do. And then on the other side, you have got a lovely image of the artwork. This one is super pretty. I really enjoy Steve Sundram's work. Some of them can be quite busy, and this one I would say is a little busy down the bottom, but the main focus is these dolphins, and I really like the simplicity of this one and that beautiful lighting effect through the water and the lighting dappling on the dolphins. I think this is going to be a stunner. I always say that, but it's because I always mean it. And then at the bottom, you've got the details again that we've already gone over. You've got start date and end date. So again, very logbook appropriate. And inside here, you have got your sticky labels, which is like the first glimpse at all the different colours that you're going to see in the painting. So obviously there are going to be loads and loads and loads of blues. I'm expecting that a lot of these blues that you see here, there's going to be multiple bags of, but there's quite a good range of colours all in all. And at the end here where you see the special drills, there's some real variations. So they are going to be used, no doubt, to highlight certain details, which, yeah, can't wait to see what they've done. So there's the 4 ABs. Just in case you're not familiar with ABs, most people are, but you know, again, maybe you're new to diamond painting. That stands for Aurora Borealis, and it means a drill with a glitzy coating on, you know, sort of like the Aurora Borealis lights, although they may come in many colours, and they're used for accents. And then the ones with a Z in front, they are what Diamond Art Club refers to as fairy dust drills. So they're a much more subtle special drill. They've got like this subtle glitter coating. It's not really in your face. You don't see it from a distance necessarily, but they add texture and dimensions to the paintings. And I'm going to go through all of the drills in a bit, so you will see them all more up close. Okay, let's get in and take a look at that diamond painting. No, let's not do that, Kat. Let's look at the treasure quest card that I promised I'd explain. So these come with most kits that you'll buy from Diamond Art Club. They're not guaranteed, but you're likely to get a card. Diamond Art Club calls them treasure quest cards. The more generic term is trading cards. They're a fun add-on to have and to collect with all your paintings. But they do serve a practical purpose too. As I said, this is a silver one, so if you were to buy this very kit, you could get a silver card like me. You're more likely to get a bronze card because most kits will have a bronze card. And then the luckier people might get a gold card or a black card. So it goes from bronze to black in terms of order of rarity. And the purpose of that is to help you claim rewards. So if you turn this over, at the bottom here, you'll see diamondartclub.com/redeem. That QR code, I believe, is going to take you to the same place. And that address will take you through all of the rewards you can claim, which range from a $50 gift card through to, I think it's $200. And then the very top reward you can claim is a custom kit from DAC, where you send in some artwork with permission from the artist, if it's someone else's art or a photograph or whatever you might like to have made as a custom for you. I'm working on a custom kit from Diamond Art Club at the moment, and it is looking fabulous. So what you will do is that website, as I said, will explain what the rewards are and how many of each color card you need to have in order to claim it. Once you've got enough, you'll scratch this panel off on the card, you will enter them on the website, and that's how you claim your reward. So yeah, really excited as always to get something other than bronze, but yeah, they're mainly just a fun add-on. Like I said, I keep them in a trading card wallet and just enjoy admiring my pretties. Right, now let's look at the diamond painting. So the diamond painting itself comes in this branded dust cover bag. And let's get into that. Because it's a big one, I'm not going to be able to show you it all in one go, but as ever, I will pan over it a little bit later after we've had an initial look at it. First of all, let's admire our drills. Oh my goodness, all the shades of blue. Blue is my all-time favourite colour, closely followed by purple, which I also see a fair bit of. So yeah, this colour palette is a bit of me. That is really pretty. Wowzers. Okay, I'm going to go through these properly in a little bit, but let's take a peek at the diamond painting first. So I'm going to get this a little more flattened out by rolling it back on itself. Because Diamond Art Club uses poured glue, that is perfectly safe to do. Their canvases are very forgiving, really, if you need to, you know, manipulate them. Like I drape them over an easel, I roll them around a roller for the bit that I've completed, and yeah, that all works fine. This is so colourful at the bottom, and then just all the blues at the top. So here it is. I'm going to have to show this to my son afterwards because he loves dolphins. There are the dolphins in the middle there, and that render looks amazing, which is no surprise because that is one of the big things that Diamond Art Club is known for. At the top, you have got their Do What Makes You Sparkle branding. On the sides, you have got legends. So there's one on this side and then one on the opposite side diagonally. And then at the bottom, you have got things like the licensing information. Steve Sundram always gets a signature on the pieces, which I think is really cool. And then, yeah, we've got some other social media links for Diamond Art Club there. And at this side here, you will see that your canvas comes with a lifetime warranty and free missing diamonds protection. So if you run out of diamonds or have some other quality issue like that, you can reach out to Diamond Art Club and they will help you out. In my personal experience of years of buying from Diamond Art Club, there's been very few times I've needed to, but when I have, I've had a great experience with customer service. So this is really confetti filled down at the bottom here. If you don't know what I mean by that, I mean just take a look at any section at the bottom here and you will see there is lots of chopping and changing. There are no large sections with only one symbol to fill in. There's a lot of detail, which, like, we knew that from the artwork, right? Conversely, the top part, all of the water, and to an extent the dolphins as well, I would say we've got small to large patches of colour blocking, which is of course the opposite of confetti, which means that, for example, you've got one block here of this particular symbol and you're just going to whack a load of those in your tray and go through those, and it will go a bit quicker to fill in. A lot of people, myself very much included, really enjoy having a combination, you know, not having too much colour blocking or too much confetti in your kit. So for someone like me, kits like this really kind of scratch that itch and really make a good compromise between the extremes to keep my interest. I also am someone who works on an easel, as I already mentioned, which means a kit like this, I will pop on sideways and I'll be working in rows. And apart from these outer bits, which like this first row and the last row, let's face it, it's confetti central population cat. But once I get a bit beyond that, I'll have a nice mixture of the two as I go through it. So that is something that I really look for in a painting, and I know personally really appeals to me. Wow, super pretty. Okay, let's go through those drill colours so you can see more what you'll be playing with if you buy this painting. Right, so you can see most of them there. Here is a little baby strip with just 2 packs of 803. Not sure why they're by themselves, but watch out for those so that they don't come flying out when you open the pack and get lost. But yeah, we're going to have a lot of beautiful shades of blue in this, aren't we? So, the first strip, kicks off with 2 bags of this gorgeous fairy dust drill. Look at that. So as you can see, it's, like I said, not that obvious, but you can hopefully just get a glimpse of that glittery coating. It is kind of well disguised by the shininess of the packaging, but once you get them in your tray, you will definitely see the difference. And then we're moving into some gorgeous colours here. So we've got a couple of packs of this very dark blue. We've got actually so far just lots of different blues rather than any colours that have a huge amount. But these are pretty big bags. So we've got a couple of bags of that one, 996, which I always enjoy that shade. A couple of this darker blue. Oh, moving into some turquoisey colours. That is a stunning shade. And then here is a white fairy dust, again in a lovely big bag. And then onto, a big fat bag of 310, but just the one bag. And another really gorgeous, sort of somewhere between dark turquoise and teal, which is one of my favourite colours. So yeah, loving these colours so far. The next strip kicks off with a couple of these sort of baby blue packs. And then with this, purple seems to be like the second most common colour based on the only colours that have shown up in these big bags. I think a lot of the colours are only going to be in small bags in small places in the painting. That is another beauty. Just loads and loads of bags with double bags, if that makes sense. Loads of colours with double bags where there's a lot of them. But they're more spread out than I thought they would be. Here is the first of the ABs. So there is that special glitzy coating that you can see there. And then we've got some more dark blues, a lovely purple, and 3 bags of that nice turquoisey colour, and then another fairy dust drill on the end there. I think that might have actually been a 3rd bag of that first fairy dust drill we looked at, because I can't see more than one bluish fairy dust on the legend. Anyway, next strip, here is an orange fairy dust drill. You can see that a little more obviously. And then we've got a green AB there. Lovely pretty baby pink. Moving into some browns and greys, some more neutrally tones. Another bright orange there. Yeah, we're getting into all the pretty colours now. That's a lovely bright green, isn't it? Wow, some very pretty shades. 2 bags of that dark blue to finish off that strip. Okay, I'm back. Just had a little bit of a situation to deal with where I kind of whipped the strip of drills around to line them up to show you, and a bag split somehow and brown drills everywhere. Not sure how I did that. That has never happened before, but I have salvaged them, and this is where that guarantee comes in, I guess, because if it turns out I haven't managed to find them all and I run out, that guarantee will mean that I can get some replacement drills. So there is a rather mangled pack of brown drills there, and this last strip has become 2 strips so that I could get that out. And yeah, here are a last few colours for you. It's all fun and games. So there is a nice bright yellow AB, and then this like orangey yellow one as well. Love these 2 colours. They seem to turn up quite frequently, and they're always really joyful to work with. And then we've got some more neutral tones. Another pretty blue, love this colour. Whenever this one comes up, I just really enjoy it. And a few more neutrally tones and greens, and that is the end of the drills. So drill mishap aside, yeah, exactly what I was expecting, just all the shades of blue, so beautiful. And then lots of little different colours that there's only a little bit of, because the colours at the bottom here are quite varied. You know, there's all sorts of different details going on. You've got a turtle, you've got some seahorses, you've got fish, so there's all kinds of different details going on at the bottom of this painting. Just realised you couldn't actually see because I'm so zoomed in, but yeah, really pretty colours to work with. Oh, I found some more brown drills. I'm going to get those tidied away, and then I'm going to come back to you with a pan over the canvas so you can look at all the details more up close. So now we've had a closer look at the canvas, I'm going to attempt to figure out where the special drills go. Some of them may be easier to find than others, but based on the colours, I think a lot of them are going to be down in the bottom. So first of all, I have that pink AB, very pretty shade, and I see that going through this. Is this coral? I think it's coral, isn't it? So all of these patches of that have some of that pink AB, and yeah, I can see it right up in all of these, because there weren't really any special drill bags that were particularly small. I think they were all quite sizable. And then we have the orangey yellow, sort of in between the two colours. There's more orange, AB there. That little tree symbol, where can I find that? Here is some of it on this fish here, and a little bit more on this one. Is that an angelfish? Is that what you call them? I'm not good at identifying animals. There's a bit more on this one. And then I see it through here in the, well, in the seahorses, but also just below them as well. And actually I say that, no, there is some in the seahorses. And a little more up there on that fish. And then the lighter yellow AB is an anchor symbol, and that is definitely going through that seahorse, and a little bit on that one. A tiny bit on that orangey fish up there as well. And then we've got a little bit here on the underneath of the sea turtle's head. And there's some going through here. And is that about it? Yeah, mostly speaking, as I always point out when I'm doing this, I will almost certainly have missed some, but I'm just trying to give you the best idea I can. And then the last of the ABs is a green shade, and that one, it's like a very pale green, and it's over here. It's here on the bottom of this, this is a fish, right? I'm so bad at identifying things. A little bit over here as well. And then I see some in these bits of greenery here, and also here as well. And then the fairy dust drills, which I think the bags were bigger, to be fair. The orange one, that is going through here in all the same sort of areas as those orange and yellow ABs were. So same thing again down here and here, and over here as well. And then the blue fairy dust, which there was a lot of, that's that kind of gate symbol, and that is all through here. There's another big patch here. There is some on the underneath of the Dolphin. There is a big old patch here. There is a patch up there in the water. A little patch over there. Another big patch up in the water there. So yeah, there is, safe to say, a lot of that blue fairy dust around. And then the white fairy dust, that white dot symbol, you can see that jumping out sort of. It's often used as a sort of catching the light effect on the edges of things, and that's exactly what you see here. And then the same over here, a little bit more bitty, and then it's here on the dolphin's head and his flippers, and again at the top of the bigger dolphin, and then a couple of patches going through the water. So yeah, pretty copious amounts of special drills going through this project, which makes perfect sense to me with, you know, an ocean project. And Steve Sundram's art, it's very much going for kind of a bit of glitz and glam. You know, he often has like crystals and things in his paintings, and I don't spot any crystals in this, but same vibe, you know, it makes sense to give that kind of jeweled effect. So yeah, let me know what you think. Did you pick this one up when it came out? And are you thinking about it now? It is really, really pretty. The render looks fabulous as ever. I mean, it looks great in person looking at this. It also looked really good on the website in the picture that they put up. Because if you're not aware, Diamond Art Club will always put up a render picture that it's like a computer generated image of the render that they have hand charted, so it shows you where all the drills will be, and yeah, that looked fabulously neat too. But yeah, what can I say? Beautiful colors, lovely image, just so many different bits and bobs going on. It's going to be really fun to diamond paint. So that is it from me today. I hope you've enjoyed taking a look at this with me. If you have, please consider dropping a like on the video, and if you've not yet subscribed, I'd love to have you stick around. Thank you very much again to Diamond Art Club for sending this over to me, and I will hopefully see you all again soon. Bye bye.